to the June 12, 2020.
My name is Ophelia Cancio, and I am the chair of this committee. When called on, applicants and speakers will come forward to the front podium to speak. Only one person at a time should come to the podium. Please speak into the microphone, identify yourself, and provide your address for the record when you begin speaking. Address your comments to the committee. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Citizens may address the committee on agenda items by responding to the chair's call for speakers during discussion on each item and signing the speaker's log on the podium. All comments must be relevant to the item being heard. The chair or the presiding officer may, in his or her discretion, prohibit a person from addressing the committee and/or remove that person from the council chambers if that person commits any disorderly or disruptive behavior. Please refer to the meeting agenda for more information about these requirements. If you are parked in the Sheridan Walker parking garage north of John Rax Elementary School or in the Arts District parking garage just south of the City Hall, staff can provide you with a parking validation ticket. If you're interested in accessing the agenda, the meeting agenda and documents, they are located at the okcprime.gov portal. You would select the Bricktown Urban Design Committee meeting. Once there, you would then click on the agenda item and the related documents will come up below the item. Keith, will you please take roll call?
Cancio?
Present.
Egan?
Egan. Present.
McCown?
Richard.
Oh, present. And Thompson?
Present.
Okay.
Okay, a quorum. So we'll, first thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for April 10th, 2024 meeting. You all can vote on the screen.
I vote aye. I'm having trouble getting logged in.
Okay, so it's moved by Kasha, second by Sandino. Please cast your vote.
Aye.
So,
There you got it.
okay.
Motion approved.
Motion passes.
Are you in and you just can't get there?
I just can't find our page.
Okay, so next item on the agenda is cases withdrawn, and there are none. Continuance requests, there are none. Consent docket, none. Cases for individual consideration, none. For other business, we have urban architectural ordinance amendment. Michael, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The item for you under item 7A today is a new ordinance amendment for the incorporation of urban ag uses within the Bricktown Core Development District. A little bit of background: in 2013, the council approved amendments to Chapter 59 of the Municipal Code and add several use units related to urban agriculture, including community gardens and urban farms as conditional uses in zoning districts throughout the city. The downtown, Bricktown, and Stockyards districts were not included in the ordinance amendment, and over the past year, planning staff has worked with property owners and other stakeholders to assess the appropriateness of allowing these urban agricultural uses in these districts. We actually have had a number of folks in downtown, I think, as well as in Bricktown to approach us about trying to do these types of urban ag uses as perhaps an interim use until a more higher and better use comes up down the line. So they can make some money or provide food or whatever in the interim period of time. The ordinance amendment will add urban agriculture uses to these design districts in order to accommodate these functions within these districts of Oklahoma City. Specifically, the ordinance would add urban agriculture uses including community gardens, greenhouses, home gardens, hoop houses, rainwater harvesting, roof gardens, and urban farms to the appropriate land use tables as conditional uses. Additionally, it would include amend regulations in these districts pertaining to exceptions for accessory buildings and amend standards to specific uses to apply to downtown, Bricktown, and Stockyards so that the uses, when they do come through, can be properly regulated from a design review standpoint to integrate into the community as best as we possibly can for a use that typically doesn't have any buildings. So these items, this ordinance has already gone before both the Downtown Design Review Committee and the Stockyards Urban Design Committee. And both of those bodies unanimously recommended approval of this ordinance amendment. Your report tells you that this is scheduled to go before the Planning Commission in the May-June timeframe, but actually it's supposed to go on the agenda for the Planning Commission tomorrow. So we're very happy that you could be here with us today to give your recommendation on this ordinance amendment to the Commission. That completes our presentation. We're prepared to respond to any questions that the committee may have.
I have one question. Are we saying that this urban agriculture was not an approved use in the stockyards?
Currently, it is not. That's correct.
Okay.
And that's one thing that they brought up when they reviewed the ordinance, is that they are looking at agritourism and that kind of thing to happen in that area. So they were very happy to see this come through.
And did I hear you say that is there an associated time limit with it for something like in Bricktown? Or as you said, until something?
No, they're not limited time-wise. There's no specific, but they are regulated as a condition of use. So there's use standards for them when they go through the process.
Okay, so
That helps kind of better deal with issues like compatibility with adjacent uses and that kind of thing.
so that's why it's conditional
Right.
is the
Yes,
use. Got
yes.
it, beautiful. Okay.
Okay, any additional questions from the committee? Okay, so we'll go ahead and cast our vote for this
We need somebody to make a motion.
ordinance.
Yeah, I'll make,
Oh, we'll have to move,
I
sorry.
was second.
So it's moved by, okay, motion moved by Sandino, second by Richard. Cast your votes, please. Okay, ordinance pass. Recommendation for pass, approval. Okay, next item on the agenda is communications.
Yeah, we just had one administrative
Michael.
approval since we last met in April. This is the sixth level parking garage in the northwest quadrant of Bricktown, near the railroad tracks and south and northeast 2nd. You may recall this item went through you before, but it had a variance request associated with the amount of screening on the north side of the building. And that was taken to the Board of Adjustment. And during the hearings and proceedings at that level, there was direction provided from the BOA and their approval of the variance to add more screening on the north side. And additionally, the building was scooched about 7 feet to the southwest from where you saw it. And we felt that was appropriate to handle from an administrative approval level. And we did approve that revision earlier a couple months ago. So that's the latest on that particular project.
so for that, they did get a variance for needing the full screening on the north side. Okay. Cool.
It sounds like what got approved was kind of largely consistent with the conversations I think we had when this item came before the committee, right?
Right, you got,
Yeah.
there's more screening on the north side than there was when you saw it, but not 100% like the code requires.
Yep.
Okay, so are there any other comments on this? Any thoughts? Okay. So we'll move on to comments from planning department staff.
You don't have any today?
There's
No?
none. Any comments from committee members? Okay, so our next meeting is scheduled for Wednesday. I don't have a date. Oh, there we go, yeah, July 10th at 4 p.m. So,
Right, and the deadline submittal for that meeting was yesterday, and we didn't receive anything, so we would expect at this time that we will probably cancel that meeting.
okay, so there's no applicants to make
Right.
for that meeting.
Right.
All right, so that's all I've got. The meeting is adjourned at 9:30.